Okay, we're going on a quick test drive here. Now we do have a light on here that's for washer fluid. Still gotta go through service and get that topped off. So far it shifts nice and smooth. The steering wheel doesn't shake at all. And let's apply the brakes. When you hit the brakes, it stays nice and still. The suspension feels good. So far it drives really nice. The alignment feels good. I don't have any complaints with it. Once we get around this curve, I'll get on it a little bit. So far, everything drives great. It feels good. It shifts nice and smooth, and now I'm going to hit the brakes. That wasn't 100%, that was probably 50% power, but everything feels nice. Okay, we're going to do a visual condition report. Now we're looking for scuffs, scratches, chips, dings, any cosmetic imperfections that we can find. So here on the front right wheel, you do have some chips and little road debris imperfections here and there. I don't see any rash. Then looking at the fender, a couple dimples every once in a while. Got this painted on pinstriping. You can see that is silver now. I got painted silver. You have some in here. Got some chips there. A couple more on the top side. Looking at the mirror, little rock impacts every once in a while. And you can see this is tarnished and it has hard water spots kind of etched into it. Then looking at this door, little scuffs every once in a while. You can see the lower rocker is pulled back. Here it got pulled back and it is cracked. You're going to see chips on the edge here, and it looks like the rubber has kind of peeled off. You got a lot of imperfections on that rubber. Got some scratches here. Typical swirls in this area. And looking at that door, little dimples and little imperfections here and there. Got a gash right there. Got a chip there. See some gashes here. Chip there. Got a transfer mark, and you can see the paint is chipping away on that edge and or the clear. And then all of this trim you can see has hard water stains throughout. And then this is kind of bubbling and chipping away. Looking at that wheel, don't see any curb rash, but there are some chips throughout. All right, checking out the front end. We do have a crease right here, and it looks like it pushed the hood in a little bit. And then it's gonna be hard to see, but there is a crease right here. You can see it kind of in that section. Being silver though, it's really hard to tell. You got rock chips kind of peppered throughout. You can see these. And you have them on the top side there, maybe 10 or 15 more. Of course, you're going to have rock chips kind of peppered throughout this front end. You're going to have these dimples in the paint. Got them kind of all throughout. Got more rock chips here, and I can see them just kind of peppered throughout the top side. And then looking at the grills, this one's secure, this one's busted, it looks like. And then here on the engine bay, you do have chips throughout this area. The paint's missing. And the rest of this looks good though. All the plastic is nice and clean. And then looking at the underhood liner, a couple stains here and there, but overall in good condition. Okay, checking out this side, looking at the fender. You do have rock chips every once in a while, and they've been touched up. A couple minor scuffs here and there. Looking at this wheel, I don't see any curb rash, but you do have the chips every once in a while as well. We have some gashes down here. You can see this one is black, the other side was silver. And you can see the paint kind of in here on that trim. Rock chips every once in a while there. There's a couple more. This trim piece is faded. It doesn't have that nice bright luster. As you can see, the reflection. It looks like the roof rails kind of faded. And looking at the door, overall looks good. Now the clear coat is kind of peeling off here, a couple touch-up spots, and then you can see these gashes right there. And then you have touch-up spots here, a little spot of rust, and you can see the weather stripping has been chipping away here, so that's all missing. So all of that's completely gone except down here. You do have some chips around the handle here. You have a gash and a dent right there, and it did get the weather stripping. You have scratches throughout this section, and then you can see on the glass itself as well. You have these little scuff marks. Looking at this door, this spot right here, you can see kind of a different hue. It's just in this area. It's a little darker. Got that pinstriping. And you can see some chips in this area. Overall, that wheel looks good. Okay, checking out the back side. Here on the upper section, you can see a chip there. Got another chip here and a scratch. Looking on the upper section, got a chip there. A couple minor scuffs, a chip here, a chip there. Looking at the tail light, I don't see any cracks, so that looks good. You have some chips kind of peppered in this area. Got a scratch in that. That exhaust tip is in good condition. Now around it though, you can see some cracks there. And there are some cracks throughout this area. And then you can see stuff here. You have cracks along the edge right there. You can see the paint is chipping away around that sensor. And then you can see the orange peel here. Okay, looking at the carpet, you do have some chunks missing. You have some stains over here. I see some scratches right there on the back side. That carpet looks good. Little scuffs here on the plastic, but otherwise clean. I see some scratches in here. That's all hidden though when you shut it. Of course, it's power. Okay, checking out the interior. It is a non-smoker. That wood grain looks good. Couple small chips. These buttons all look awesome. Have some imperfections there. This trim looks nice. That lower section looks good. Now you do have some scuffs and scratches and little chips in this area. You can see that's ripped. Carpet looks amazing. Here on this bolster, you got the wrinkles. Got a couple gashes on the piping. Got a few gashes there. Typical wear though. A couple scuffs in this area, but otherwise that seat looks good. Now the steering wheel is pretty wore out and you can see it's really dingy. And the leather's kind of, discoloring, if you'd say. A couple cracks, and then you can see the top side is cracked really bad. All of this looks good. The screen is perfect. All those buttons are in great condition. And the rest of this looks nice. Got the carbon lid. All right, here on the back left door panel, you do have some imperfections here. A couple little scuffs. Got a gash in there and a crack here, so you can see that kind of lifting. Overall, that bottom looks nice. You have some large gashes right here. A couple dents, little scuffs every once in a while, but you can't see that when the door's shut. And I see some scuffs on the seat. Overall looks good. That seat back looks nice. All right, here on the front right door panel, you do have some cracks in the wood grain and some scratches. Got two dimples here on the leather top. That handle looks good. Got a little scratch in there. Got a scratch right here, but the rest of that looks good. See a couple scuffs every once in a while. You can see that side skirt, how it is bowed out. So you have the gap here now. See how it's nice and tight here. All of that looks good. Checking out the seat. Of course, you're going to have some wear here. I don't see any rips or tears. Overall, that bolster looks good. A couple minor scuffs here and there. And then you do have some spots. And this part is kind of hard. It's not soft anymore. This is nice and soft. The bottom is. But this section right here is pretty hard. Got the carbon. That wood grain looks awesome. Underside of the glove box looks amazing. All of this is in good condition, as well as that upper dash. Here on the back right door panel, you can see this is chewed up pretty good. Lots of chunks are missing. Got a gash right there. A couple small scuffs. I don't see any cracks, but I do see a scratch. That door jamb looks good. A couple scratches, little scuffs every once in a while. That works good. You have some wrinkles here and a pretty good one right there. Probably had some car seats back here. And you can see that kind of put an indentation in it. Got all your climate control access back here. That looks good. The seat back is in good condition. Got the massive panoramic roof.